Hi everyone. Okay, so this video is ways to grow your hair. Okay, so before I get started, make sure you like and subscribe. So like this video, subscribe if you haven't already to the channel, and we're going to talk about reasons why your hair may be coming out and ways to restore hair growth. Okay, so hold on, y'all. Okay, a major reason why you may, of course, I get so many emails. I get so many emails about hair growth. Okay, and I'm going to actually leave some information on some drops in this video. Hey, Miss Kim. I'm going to actually leave some information under this video, so make sure you come back and actually check out the description as well, so you guys can get that information. So a little bit about myself. I have to say this to anybody who is newly watching or new subscribers, because we get a lot. I'm a hairstylist, well, senior cosmetologist, and I specialize in hair care. So I've come across a lot of clients in my time that loses their hair due to illness, i.e. meaning high blood pressure, diabetes, stress, pregnancy, hormonal issues, and of course hereditary. You know, it just happens sometimes. So a big thing that I tell people is the way you grow hair is to be healthy. Healthy people grow hair. A person who is not healthy or to their optimal levels, of course, is not going to have healthy hair. Okay? So one thing you have to do, of course, I could say drink water, get your vitamins, but after a certain point, that's just not enough, right? Alright, so circulation is key. Circulation is key for hair growth. So if you're a person who is sedentary meaning you just sit around all day, or you have a sit-down job, you don't exercise, you don't meditate, you just basically go to work, go to the store, get in your car, and go home, you are over time are going to start losing your hair. I'm 37 years old. Luckily, I am not going through any kind of losing of my hair. Thank you, Lord, because I could be, but because I give my body so many nutrients, I take multivitamins, I take different herbal situations, I drink a lot of water, lemon and lime, and I try my best to take care of my stress level. So if you're a person who's just basically not doing that, over time, no matter what your genes are, you are going to start losing hair. And your hair very rarely just falls out. It goes, you know, it gets thinner over time. Okay? It gets thinner over time. Alright, so I'm trying to multitask, y'all, because I shampooed my hair a few days ago. Let it air dry. Never do that. I let my hair air dry. And so my hair is kind of on the dry side, y'all. That's another thing, y'all. If you're not keeping your hair clean, your scalp area clean, nicely moisturized. I'm not an oil girl. The only reason why I'm putting oil on my hair is because I let it air dry. So if you're a person who lets your hair air dry, don't be mad when your hair starts to fall out. It's just going to happen. You know, you got to take care of your hair. Your hair will take care of you. That's just how it works. You know, I know you guys are just used to your hair just being there and just whatever, but you gotta go. You gotta take care of your hair. And if you're not able to take care of your hair, guess what? Pay somebody who will help you take care of your hair. So yeah, start drinking water. Start drinking water. Start doing lemon and lime. The reason why I do lemon and lime is because it helps me retain my fluids, or not fluids, it helps me retain my nutrients. Because, you know, some people actually drink a lot of water, but they still got issues with their skin, hair, and nails. And the thing about it, the reason why I said skin, hair, and nails is because it's a part of the same system, the integumentary system. Come on, I'm taking y'all back to school. I'm taking y'all back to school. Remember integumentary? Alright, so that's your skin, your hair, and your nails. And the only way that those things get nutrients, guys, is... Hold on, I have to check on my food. Y'all like that? Making sure that you get enough fluids a day. You want to know why it's very important to drink water? When your body is of one or two conditions, if it's hungry and if it's thirsty, you're automatically going to go under stress. You're going to get so much stress in your life. You're going to start producing these silly hormones called cortisol, adrenaline. And when you're always producing these two hormones, your hair is going to start to thin. Write it down. Cortisol and adrenaline. And if you follow me enough, if you've been listening to enough of my videos, you know, and you've heard me talk about cortisol and adrenaline. You've heard me talk about it. Those two hormones / steroids, it's a steroid. It tells your body that you're under distress. So over time, your hair is going to stop growing the way it's supposed to. Now, your hair is always growing. Let me just keep that up. Your hair is always growing, but you have to do certain things to retain length. Did you guys get that? If you got that, hit that like button. Your hair is always growing, but your hair is not always retaining the length. See, your hair grows from the scalp area. It does not grow from the ends. So when people do not trim your ends because you want to keep your hair long, you're actually doing your hair a disjustice. Is it injustice? An injustice. That was the issue with my profession. A lot of people did not want to trim their ends. Trimming your ends is the most healthiest thing that you can do for your hair, because it's going to make those ends nice and even. It's not going to be all choppy. That's why it's called trichoptilosis. Trichoptilosis is basically split ends. When your ends are split, they are going to start breaking up your hair shaft, and you're not going to be able to do anything to your hair but pull it back in a darn ponytail, get some braids, put a wig on. You know, you're going to basically notice that your hair isn't doing anything because your hair isn't healthy. So guys, I know you don't like getting trims, but trims are very, very, very important. Did you get that? If you have any questions, go ahead and type them up. Also, make sure you hit that like button. When I go live, you can also donate. You can hit the, the super chat button. And you can donate whatever you would like to these videos if you like them. If you feel like they have helped you. And if you're catching this when it's not live, you can always hit my PayPal or Cash App to send a donation. I get little emails saying, I would like to donate, but I don't know how. That's how you donate. Always check the description, and it'll have my Cash App and my PayPal, and yes, it goes straight to me. I'm only saying that because one lady said, I want to donate, but I want to make sure you get it. Yes, I get it. All right, so yeah, you want to make sure that you trim your ends. A lot of people ask me, how often should I trim ends? And I used to say, roughly I would deal with a lot of people who would get silk presses and things of that nature. And when you get a silk press, every time you get a silk press, you have to basically straighten your hair and put your hair through so much stress. And usually when you're taking it from the curly state to the straight state, of course you're going to have the pop-in and the lock-in of your hair. That's normal. Especially if you're not using any type of good conditioner and things like that. So usually when they, when they, blow dry the hair and I use the comb attachment, after a while, you're going to start seeing those frayed ends, and that's when you need to trim them. And the reason why I used to have issues with some people is because they wanted their hair to look nice. They wanted their hair to last, but they did not trim their ends. And over time, it's going to break off, people, so trim your ends. Do not trim your own ends. Go to a professional who knows how to trim ends. And I know people are scared because when you go and get a trim, usually you end up losing more hair than you thought you would. But the longer you go without trimming your ends, the more inches you will have to come off. So if you keep up on your ends, just this much will have to come off. If you only get your hair trimmed twice a year, you may have as much as this much need to come off. But those ends your hair is dead, but those ends are really, really dead. There's nothing you can do with them. It ruins your hair. It looks frizzy. A rule of thumb is, like, I have some frizzy ends. Let me show you. Even my locks are pretty good, right? No. Look at that little part right there. Okay? And I need to trim that off. I know I need to trim that off, people. But I don't want to because that's my hair, right? But just imagine if I didn't have locks, right? See how this is nice and firm and you can't see through it? And then you have this little end piece right here that's just ruining the darn thing. Honey, you're just going to have to trim that off because, see, what happens is this. If I don't trim that off, that's going to make my whole lock raggedy. So even I have to trim my locks. You feel me? I have to trim. Where are my shears so I can trim them the right way? I ain't got them. I want to have my cute shears. But yeah, I have to go and do what I need to do to make my darn hair look nice. See? Did y'all see the before and see the after? See how that looks nice and concise? You feel me? It's not frizzy anymore. When I had those frizzy ends on there, it just made me look like I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And that's basically how it is when your hair isn't locked as well. You want to make sure you trim your ends at least once every 6 weeks. Another thing you need to do, and these are to my women who love protective styles like braids, like weaves, and things of that nature. Guys, you can't be wearing those weaves long. I used to always suggest to people to wear their weaves no more than 6 weeks, with every 3 weeks getting maintenance. So when you go and you pay these $100 and $200 and $300 for your hair, plus the install, that's not saying, oh, I need to not see this person for the rest of the year. That is just basically to give you a little bit of assistance with your hair. Before you allow anybody to place anything in your hair, and I'm going to discontinue this video because I don't want to get too much because I'm about to go over to Facebook and we about to really get it in over there. You want to make sure that your practitioner, whoever's giving you this weave, you want to make sure that they shampoo your hair, condition your hair, make sure they add hair to the braiding process. Never allow somebody to braid your hair without adding hair. The reason being is because they're going to basically put too much tension, too much pressure on your hair. So I don't care how thick your hair is, or how short your hair is, or how thin your hair is. You want to make sure that the person places hair in with your hair, and you want to tell them, do not braid my hair too tight. You want to make sure that you tell them, do not braid my hair too tight. Why? Because you're about to go through several processes. You're about to get your hair braided. Then you're about to get hair sewn on. Okay? Then you're going to have this on your hair for weeks or months. It doesn't have to be tight. And you do not have to have the best, the tightest, the most, fleekiest, braiding pattern. You don't have to have that. Why? Because no one's going to see the braiding pattern. I don't understand why these braiding practitioners braid hair so tightly. They don't go to school for what I do. They're not trained. They don't have licenses. And so it's unfortunate that, you guys think that getting your hair done is pain. It does not mean you have to go through pain. Did you get that? I hope you guys did. I'm going to do more series on how to get your hair back to where it needs to be. I'm going to, do this over time. Make you earn it, okay? So if this video gets 10 likes, okay? If I see that this video gets 10 likes, we are going to start a series called I'm Losing My Edges. What can I do? Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you go over to the I Love Beauty Facebook page because I'm going to go live on there as well. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Oh.